Good day everyone. Let's start by understanding what lean production is. Lean production is a method of increasing process speed by removing waste. In other words, it's about making production faster and more efficient by cutting out any unnecessary steps or materials that don't add value. The main goal of lean production is to deliver the maximum value to the customers while using fewer resources, less effort, less cost, but better quality and faster delivery. The concept of lean production actually came from the Toyota production system, which was developed by Sakichi Toyota between the 1920s and 1950s. Toyota used this system to improve efficiency and reduce waste in their car manufacturing process, and in end, it became a model for companies all over the world. For example, imagine a factory that produces smartphones. By analyzing their process, they find that some workers are waiting for materials while others are no. Lean production helps identify and fix these issues, for example, by arranging materials closer to the assembly line or streamlining communication so production becomes faster and smoother. Next, let's talk about waste. In lean production, waste means anything in a business process that does not add value to the customer. If a customer isn't willing to pay for it because it doesn't improve the product or service, then it's considered waste. The purpose of lean is to identify and eliminate these wastes to improve efficiency. Example, think of a restaurant kitchen. If chefs are walking back and forth across the room to get ingredients, that's wasted movement. By recognizing the kitchen layout so everything is within reach, they reduce waste and serve food faster. Another example is overproduction, making more products than needed. Those extra items just sit in storage, taking up space and money without adding any value.
8 ways in lean production. Meron tayong 8 ways na tinatawag sa lean production. Mas madali natin itong matatandaan sa acronym na TEAM WOODS, na ang meaning ay transportation, inventory, motion, waiting, overprocessing, overproduction, defects, and skills. Let's start sa transportation. Also known as touches, is the unnecessary movement of material, equipment, or information. Ito yung mga bagay na pwede naman natin gawin sa mas malapit, pinapalayo pa natin. Ang example nito is pag nagmamanufacture tayo ng parts sa isang building and itatravel pa natin 500 meters away sa isang building na naman para i-assemble. Even though, kaya naman din gawing i-assemble dun sa naunang building. Dahil dito, maraming time and effort ang nasasayang. Inventory refers to storing more supplies or having higher quantity of materials on hand needed or when needed. In other words, holding more inventory than needed at a given time. Sinasabi dito na iwasan natin mag-inventory ng isang bagsakan kung may option naman tayo ng day-to-day delivery para maiwasan natin na nai-stock yung mga supplies natin dahil may chances ito na masira and mahirap nang gamitin. Sa motion naman tayo is any movement of people that does not add to the product or service. Sa madaling salita, excess na galaw ng mga trabahador. Example nito, if kailangan pa natin maglakad ng 10 meters para lang kunin ang tool dahil malayo yung tool rack. Or, kapag kailangan pa natin mag-aksaya ng ilang minuto para hanapin yung tools dahil hindi naka-organize. Tinatawag itong waste dahil naaksaya yung oras natin na sana ginagamit na natin para sa pagtatrabaho. W naman tayo for waiting. This is the most prevalent of all 8 waste, and it refers to process delays while waiting on people, equipment, material, or information. Ito yung mga oras na nakatunganga lang tayo at walang ginagawa, kahit on progress pa yung work. Isang example nito, if nakatunganga lang ang operator dahil ang kanyang ino-operate na machine ay nasira. Overprocessing is any effort that does not add value to the product or service from the customer's perspective. Sa overprocessing, magagamit natin yung kasabihan na madaling trabaho, pinapahirap pa natin. Ang example nito is pagsusulat ng buong pangalan ng isang customer sa isang cup ng kape. Dahil pwede lang naman natin isulat ang first name niya na mas madali at mas mabilis. Overproduction is making more units earlier or excess stock faster than the next step in the process or customer require. Ibig sabihin lang nito is pag-produce ng sobrang daming products na wala namang kasiguraduhan kung mabebenta. Isa itong loss kapag hindi na ibenta, kaya ito tinatawag na waste. Letter D, defects or information, products or service that are inaccurate, incomplete, or missing. Ito yung pagbibigay ng maling product or maling service sa isang customer. Kagaya na lang ng sa gupit. Pag hindi natin nakuha yung gustong gupit ng isang customer, or sa pag-order ng kape, pag nag-request ng no sugar pero nilagyan mo. Isa itong waste dahil maaari itong magresulta na mawalan tayo ng customer. And lastly, skills refers to not making the best use of people's experience, knowledge, skills, creativity, or capability. May sari-sariling katangian at kalakasan ang mga tao. Merong mga creative, merong matatalino, meron na naman malalakas. Hindi mo pwedeng ilagay yung matalino, yung strategies sa work ng pagbubuhat. Hindi mo rin naman pwedeng ilagay yung mga work na malakas sa pagbubuhat, ilalagay mo sa creatives, sa paggawa ng design. Dapat natin i-utilize yung mga skills na meron tayo para lumago pa yung company natin.
The case of Delicious Bites Bakery. Delicious Bites is a small bakery that makes cupcakes and bread daily. Business is good, but the manager notices delays, high costs, and wasted effort. Let's see how the 8 wastes of lean production appear in their daily operations.
Number 1 is transportation. The bakers constantly move trays and ingredients between separate rooms. Flour is stored far from the mixing area and finished cupcakes are carried across the kitchen to be decorated. Number 2 is inventory. They bake too many cupcakes just in case they get more customers. Unsold cupcakes pile up at the end of the day, or too much stock or supplies on hand. Number 3 is motion. Employees walk back and forth to get utensils because tools like spatulas and mixing bowls are not organized, or unnecessary movement of people. Number 4 is waiting. You can see one worker waits for the oven to be free while another waits for icing to be prepared. Everyone ends up standing idle during these delays. Idle time when work stops due to delays. Number 5 is overprocessing. The staff decorates every cupcake with extra designs that customers didn't request. It looks like nice, but sometimes it adds times and costs without increasing customer satisfaction. Number 6 is the overproduction. They bake an entire batch even when orders only require half. The excess cupcakes are later thrown away. Number 7 is defect. Some cupcakes are underbaked because the oven timer wasn't set correctly. They have to be remade, wasting materials and time. Lastly is skills. The cashier who has excellent baking ideas and design skills is never asked for suggestions. Her creativity and potential improves go unused. So by identifying these 8 ways, Delicious Bites decide to reorganize the workspace, bake only based on customers' orders, and listen to employees' ideas for process improvements. Soon, they reduce waste, improve speed, and increase profit, achieving lean efficiency.
The Lean Toolbox. So when we say the Lean Toolbox, ito yung mga pamamaraan na kailangan natin gamitin sa ating business. So we have 5S, GAT production, tool system, and the Kanban. So let us start first with the 5S. What are the 5S? The 5S are the sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and to sustain. The 5S originated from Japan. These are the meaning of 5S in Japan. The sort means seiri, set in order means seiton, shine means seiso, standardize means seiketsu, and the sustain means shinsoke. Number 1 is the sort, means to separate what is necessary from what is unnecessary, or remove anything that is not needed in our workplace. So, sa madaling salita, itinitira lang natin yung mga kailangan natin na gamit at inaalis na natin yung mga hindi natin kailangan. For example, pag naglilinis tayo ng cabinet, diba sa damit natin is inaalis na natin yung mga hindi naman natin kailangan na damit dahil pwede lang itong kumain ng space. Itinitira lang natin yung mga kailangan natin. So, yun yung tinatawag na sort. Number 2 is set in order. It is all about organizing your things wisely so that everything has a home and everyone knows where to find and return it. So, di ba pag may kinuha tayong isang bagay sa ating workplace, dapat dun din natin ibabalik yung bagay na yun. So, for example pa is kapag nag-ayos tayo ng gamit dun sa may ating cabinet. So, kung saan yung mga t-shirt, dun lang din natin ilalagay yung t-shirt. Kung dito yung pantalon, dito lang din natin ilalagay yung pantalon. So, di ba kapag maayos yung paligid natin, mas maganda tingnan at mas mabilis yung trabaho. Next is the shine. Shine means cleaning and keeping the workplace clean and bright. Sa madaling salita, kailangan linisin at kailangan malinis. So, for example, sa bahay natin, so yung pagbawalis at pagpupunas ng sahig araw-araw is an example of shine. So, di ba pagkagising natin is nag-ayos tayo ng bed natin. So, shine din yun. So, pag makalat yung table natin, after natin mag-review, nililinis natin ito. So, yun lang naman yung shine. Next one is the standardize, meaning to create a clear system so that the same way of organizing and cleaning is always followed. This ensures that the place stays clean and orderly all the time, not just once. So dito, dapat meron tayong rules or routine na sinusunod. For example, is pag naglilinis tayo ng kwarto. So kailan ba dapat tayo naglilinis ng kwarto? So anong oras ba dapat tayo naglilinis ng kwarto? So ganun yung standardize. Last one is the sustain. The sustain is about maintaining and continuing the good habits, cleanliness, and organization created in the first 4 steps of 5S. So, sa madaling salita, dapat maging consistent tayo sa 5S. Lagi dapat tayong maglilinis, mag-aayos, at lagi dapat natin gagawin yung first 4 steps ng 5S. So, kung dati na hindi pa natin alam ang 5S, magulo pa yung workplace natin or bahay natin, ngayon na alam na natin ang 5S, dapat may apply na natin to. So, kung yung dating madumi, makalat, dapat after ng 5S is malinis at maayos na to. These are the 5 levels of set in order. Level 1 is random placement. So, dito kakasimula pa lang, makalat pa yung ating workplace. So, for example, after natin mag-review, so nakakalat pa yung mga papel natin or mga ballpens doon sa table kung saan tayo nag-review. Level 2 is organized by usage frequency. So, yung mga gamit na madalas natin gamitin ay dapat ilalagay natin sa madaling maabot, while yung mga gamit naman na hindi natin madalas gamitin is dapat nakatabi sa mas maayos na lagayan, katulad ng mga storage, cabinet, at iba pa. For example, di ba ang madalas natin gamitin is yung cellphone. So, dapat nakalagay lang ito kung saan mas malapit natin makukuha. Another example is yung damit na mga hindi naman natin ginagamit masyado. So, dapat nakatabi ito sa mga cabinet or iba pa. Level 3 is visual labeling. So, dito, dapat nilalagay natin ng label o pangalan yung mga gamit or lagayan para madaling makita at madali nating maibabalik in case na kukunin natin ito sa ating gamit. So, for example, dapat yung drawer is may nakalagay na t-shirt, pants at jacket na pangalan sa bawat isa. Or kung meron tayong lalagyan na shoes, so nakalagay doon yung brand ng shoes na gagamitin natin. Level 4 is reliable arrangement. The arrangement is clear and easy to follow. Anyone can understand and maintain the order. So dapat pag ikaw ay nasa workplace, tanging mga kinakailangan lang na gamit yung nandoon sa trabaho mo. Dapat din maayos yung pagkakaayos. So yung mga gamit mo is nakapwesto doon sa way kung saan madaling abutin at madali mo rin itong maibabalik sa dati. Lastly is level 5. Items retrieved in under 30 seconds. Everything is organized so well that you can get what you need in less than 30 seconds. So dito maayos na lahat, hindi mo na kailangan mag-consume pa ng ilang oras, ilang minuto para lang makuha yung gamit mo.
Just-in-time production is a management strategy where materials and products are produced only when needed, rather than being stocked, to minimize inventory, waiting time, and space. Ang ginagamit nila rito is pull system o nagpo-produce lang sila ng product only when there is actual customer demand. Halimbawa nito is clothing company. Kapag katanggap nila ng order, tsaka lang sila gumagawa. Push system versus pull system. Push system is ito yung gumagawa ng maraming produkto just in case biglang dumami ang bibili. Based on their forecast, gumagawa sila ng product batay sa tingin nila kung gaano karami ang kailangan next month o sa susunod na taon. Dahil dito, magkakaroon ng maraming stock. Dahil maraming stock, madaming matitira o hindi mabebenta. While pull system is gawa lang ng kailangan. Gumagawa lang ayon sa actual na order or demand and based on real demand. Base sa totoong pangailangan, dahil dito, mababa ang stock. Less waste, mas kakaunti ang masasayang. In short, push system is gawa ng marami at maaga batay sa forecast. Parang gawin na natin lahat baka sakaling kailanganin. Resulta, mas mataas na stock, possible, may masayang. While pull system is gawa lang kung kailangan batay sa order or demand. Parang kapag may order, saka lang tayo gagawa. Result is, mababang stock, mas kakaunti ang masasayang.
Now, let's move on to the Kanban system, which is one of the two used in lean production. The word Kanban means sign or card in Japanese. It's a visual tool used to signal when to restock materials or produce more items. This item helps ensure a smooth workflow and prevents overproduction. Example, in a factory, imagine there's a bin filled with parts for assembling a product. When the bin is almost empty, a Kanban card or signal appears. This tells workers it's time to refill that bin. This way production continues smoothly without creating too much inventory or running out of materials. Today, Kanban is not only used in factories but also in software development, offices, and even personal task management, like using a Trello board to track your task as to do, in progress, and done.
Now, let's move on to Six Sigma. Six Sigma is a business improvement method that focuses on reducing defects and variations in processes. In simple terms, it aims to make products or services as close to perfect as possible by minimizing errors. The goal of Six Sigma is to reach only 3.4 defects per million opportunities, which means 99.99 accuracy. That's almost perfect quality. Six Sigma was developed by Motorola in the 1980s and later popularized by General Electric under the leadership of Jack Welch. Many global companies still use it today to improve efficiency and maintain consistency. For example, imagine a smartphone company that keeps receiving customer complaints about defective screens. By applying Six Sigma, they study every step of their assembly process, identify where the defects happen, and fix the root cause. As a result, They reduce the number of defective screens and save cost while improving customer satisfaction. To implement Six Sigma, there are two main methodologies, DMA-IC and DMA-DV. DMA-IC is used for improving existing processes. It stands for define, identify the problem or what needs improvement, measure, collect data to understand current performance, analyze, find the root causes of defects or inefficiencies, improve, develop and test solutions to fix the problem, control, monitor the improved process to make sure it stays consistent. DMA-DV, on the other hand, is used for creating new processes or products from scratch. It stands for define, identify customer needs, measure, set design goals and requirements, analyze, develop and test possible designs, design, create the best design that meets customer expectations, verify, test the design to ensure it works perfectly before full production. For example, when launching a new type of electric car, a company can use DMA-DV to design the process from defining what customer wants, like longer battery life, to verifying that the new design meets all standards before selling it.
What is Lean Sigma? Ito ay isang business improvement method na pinagsasama ang prinsipyo ng Lean at Six Sigma. Ang Lean ay tumutulong magtanggal ng mga sayang na gawain para mas mapabilis ang proseso, habang ang Six Sigma ay nakatuon sa pagbawas ng mga pagkakamali para mas mapaganda ang kalidad. Halimbawa, sa isang ospital na ginagamit ang metodolohyang ito para mas mapabilis ang makuha ang lab result at mapanatiling tama ang mga ito. Six Sigma Toolbox. Binubuo ito ng iba't ibang tools na ginagamit para masuri at makontrol ang mga proseso sa trabaho. Sa pamamagitan nito, natutukoy kung saan nagkakamali at kung paano ito naaayos. Halimbawa, gamit ang cause and effect diagram, pwedeng malaman kung bakit madalas na late ang delivery o may defect ang produkto. Benefits of Lean Sigma. Dahil sa metodolohyang ito, tumataas ang kita, nababawasan ang errors, napapadali ang proseso, at nade-develop ang skills ng mga empleyado. Nagdudulot din ito ng mas magandang serbisyo at mas mataas na customer satisfaction. Halimbawa,